Receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out to kick is Janikowski. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Philly coming out again for offense. And let's take a look at the first 4 weeks of the regular season here for the defending champs, Charles. They're home for the Falcons season opener at Tampa, home for the Colts, and back on the road for Tennessee.
And it looks like a very manageable schedule, doesn't it? It looks like, to me, that they would be strong favorites in 3 of the games. And then, of course, the Falcons game, they'll still be the favorite at home. But here's the thing people have to remember. When you're the defending Super Bowl champion, everyone plays better against you. They play harder, and they get after you. So none of these games will be a gimme for them just because they're carrying the mantle of being the best team in the NFL.
Now Foles. Open man left side is Wallace, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Barkevius Mingo in that time on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And complete to Zach Ertz. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play. This is Ajayi. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Foles. And he's got it complete to Darren Sproles. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 2nd down a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. Want to make a quick pivot here for a second to get your MVP predictions going into week 1 of this season. Do you have Rodgers, Brady, Wentz, Brees, or is it somebody kind of off the radar a little bit?
Yeah, maybe a Russell Wilson because the offense runs through him now in Seattle, and quarterbacks always get the first look. But I'm going with a running back. Todd Gurley, Los Angeles Rams. I think he's a threat for 1,000 yards on the ground and 1,000 yards through the air. He's that type of a player.
So you're going Gurley. What about Deshaun Watson? Any shot there?
Certainly. Look at the numbers last year. When he played, they averaged over 30 points per game when he was a starter. When he didn't play, his numbers fell off in a big way.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And across the midfield, stripe into Eagle territory. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. This is Carson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They find some open field here, and he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Here's Carson. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Going long here for Wallace. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. That goes for a gain of 31.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
don't they? They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11th. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They run again with Carson. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
14.
Here's Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. First down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They run it with Carson, and he's got room. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. And they'll go on the ground. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now they try the right side here. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. To throw is Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They run for it with Carson. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
If he indeed got it, he didn't get it by much. This is a great push up front, but I think the nose of the football does make it over the line to gain. And whoa, that was definitely cutting it close.
And some space here. There he goes inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Out to kick is Janikowski. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards.